Here's the deal. I speak to a lot of people, whether on the right, on the left, in the middle, everywhere. MAGA, I speak to everybody. And I can tell you one thing. The path is really, really there for us to win, meaning progressives and Democrats, to win 2024, not by a nick, but by a landslide. But what we have to do is we have to be pragmatic. We have to do the work. We have to follow the path that's been laid out there, believe it or not, by the Republicans to give us the victory. They are the ones that have put the asphalt on the broken pavement needed to win. Democrats and progressives should simply follow it, but most importantly, they have to engage. Republicans have all but ceded women's autonomy over their bodies and lives, Medicare, Social Security rights, child care assistance, a living wage, and more. Elections are not often won on policy alone, but one has to connect these issues to personalize them for individuals so that those receiving the message map it to their wants and needs, map it to the things that mean the most to them, the carnality of their being. That is how it's done. Republicans have done that all along. They've understood that. They've understood that you have to connect what you claim you're going to do to what people think that they want, what they need, and that's what we have to do. And we also have to engage, lay the groundwork. What I always used to tell people is, the truth is sort of the softening mechanism. You throw out the truth out there so that it's there. It is like in the olden days of war, you had the battleships softening up the beachhead, right? And then the cavalry came in. I mean, earlier today, I was on the local social media site in my town called Next Door. And I am going to put the exchange that I did in the correspondent blog for this particular piece here. So there's a correspondent blog for this video. But what happened is one person sent a message on the board, and they said, the new mayor of Houston says that Houston is broke, and they are going to have to find many ways to raise revenue to pay for all the things that Houston needs them to pay for, repairing streets, a big new firemen's contract, etc. And a person gave a one-line response after this guy wanted to know how we thought it would affect his taxes. She just said, most Democratic run states and sanctuary cities are broke. You get what you vote for. To which I gave a long, measured, civil response. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can read it for the correspondent blog. But I said the most dangerous thing for our democracy is an uninformed or misinformed citizenry. I know in some media purported as news, it would have many of our good Republican brothers and sisters fall for the belief that party correlates to a city, municipality, or state being broke. That is often the case, but not in the way many have been programmed to believe. So let's be clear. Most red states are taking more money from the federal government than they contribute. More blue states, or most blue states, subsidize the red states. Why? Because red states refuse to tax commensurate with the needs of their states, while they accuse blue states of taxing too much, even as they subsidize the red states. The reality is that for very technical reasons, if one wanted to research rather than parrot talking points from a controlling misinformation machine, most large cities face financial hurdles irrespective of party control. And then I stated a lot of other realities, again, in a very civil manner, But remember how she ended her comment. She said, "You get what you vote for." So the last sentence that I placed, I said, many people read these blurbs. When you see misinformation, please do not let it go uncorrected. Democracy requires an educated population. Otherwise, it morphs into an autocracy controlled by a sect that has neither your interests nor mine. We must take responsibility. And again, I try to keep the tone in such a manner that it doesn't seem like I'm just fighting this person, but I'm not really just talking to this person. I am actually talking to the entire feed so that folks that are on the margins or wherever will actually have something to hold on to. That is how we win. It's not one person doing this, it's all of us doing this in a manner that we foment, that we create that communication. And this is not a question. I've actually seen it work in my very red area where folks, they're not changing to become Democrats or progressives. But the one thing they're doing is in fact, some have told me directly that they're voting in their interest. They are not no damn liberal or no damn Democrat, but they're going to vote their interest. That's all we want. That's all we ask for. If someone is voting their interests, they're voting for us, whether they want to call themselves part of us or not.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.